Hi, this is Mike Zapsik from a Shared Universe podcast studio, and you're listening to Talking Codswallop podcast.
Hey, it's Taylor from Calling the Shots.
Hey, this is Steve from Calling the Shots.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike from the Pizza Beer Revolution podcast.
Hi, this is Derek D from PBR Podcast and DerekG.com, of course. And you are listening to Talking Codswallop. Talking Codswallop. How you guys doing? This is great. This is the POTUS. It's President of the United States, Donald. You're looking to wallop the swallowing. That's what you're listening to. It's great. I gotta tell you, the swallop of the wall is great. I love walls. And the cod wallop, it's swallop. Fantastic. You're listening to it. Wallops, cods. Fish, walls, swallows.
Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
I'm James.
Hello, James.
Hello.
How have you been?
I'm not, nothing too bad. Still a few medical issues to sort out, but it could be a lot worse, so I can't really complain about that too much.
We can complain about the lack of salty tadpole interaction with the medical advice, so can't we?
Yes, we can. Yeah, they failed me on that one. I am rather upset about. I've got to be honest. I wanted at least somebody to say you could try this, this, and that, or whatever. Or alternatively, it could be the fact that they recognise they don't have the medical advice and they don't want to give me incorrect information, which is understandable. Or they just don't give a shit. So it's
Aww. If you're out there and you're a salty tadpole and you give a shit about James, please let us know.
Yeah. Tumbleweed blows through.
Yeah. So, other than pains and stuff like that, have you had a good week?
It's not been too bad. The positive thing of being very British is we've at least had some nice weather, so I managed to go out and see people and go on good walks. I've been really been good on that front, actually. We're going to get to it in a minute, I'm sure, discussing the big news story that's happening. But my big question is, Gemma, how are you?
He asked. No. I am absolutely fine, thank you. I mean, a few things have annoyed me this week, which is why we've got a certain segment that is called What a Load of Codswallop. So I'll certainly get into that. But yeah, I think just average week. It's been quite nice. Went to the pub the other night and watched, the football was on. I wasn't watching it, but the football was on. So one of us was happy.
I'll take your word for it. I wasn't even aware the football was on. That's all good.
But there was alcohol there, so I was happy. And I play Pokemon Go as well, as some of our salty tadpoles know, because they are friends of mine on there. Yeah, so there was a couple of Pokestops there. So I was able to spin it and catch Pokemon.
Excellent.
As the football game was going on. And then we went to another pub. And it was quite funny, actually, because Chris's dad was there. I'm just going to name him now. Chris's dad was there, and yeah, he was quite sort of funny and stuff as well. And he was sort of telling stories of, when Chris was a child and stuff like that. And it was quite funny. And you seeing his face actually going slightly redder and redder and redder as he's telling the stories. But yeah. And there was a good result, apparently. It was 3-0 to Man United. So any Man United fans out there, woohoo! I didn't care.
As someone who hails from the region of Manchester, and my father's a Man United supporter, so we'll run with that as being a good result. And my friend's a Man United supporter, so
okay.
With me, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If the beer hadn't have been flowing, I probably would have been snoozing. But we all know how I feel about sports, so. But sometimes in life you've got to give and take, haven't you?
That's true. You've got to give a little and take a little. It all creates a positive response. One thing I did do last week that's just flashback is, it's not a substantial one, but I have at least had my hair trimmed and tied it up and my beard tied it up, because I was starting to look like a like I've been released from somewhere, from captivity. So the beard was going a bit mad. It was pointed out, my father was very nice last week and came to see me, because I've not seen him for a few months. Came to see me, and he pointed out that, I need to just tidy myself up just a little bit. So I have taken his advice. I'm looking a little bit neater.
Oh, good.
The hair's still got a bit of length to it, but I'm looking a bit neater, so it's all good.
Good, because nobody likes this scruffy James, because let's face it, your hair is the thing about you that is the really good thing about you.
Yeah, it's
that's not that's the eye-catching thing about you is your hair. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, backpedal. People seem to really comment upon my hair, and generally the people seem to dig it. So when I put a picture up, it's the thing that's sort of mentioned and come from my people. That and the fact that, as you put it, I look like a vampire.
I usually read through the comments and everyone's sort of putting something positive, and I think, it's not going to happen from here. Sorry.
It's a bit like my friend Ben, who will always find some way to be abusive and nasty about me when I put a picture up.
Well, it's like Jamie, again, one of our salty tadpoles, he put up a picture of the fact that he'd, done really well at Slimming World this week, and he'd got the greatest loser certificate, and everyone was really positive, and he was like, I don't know how I did it, blah 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 blah. And I said, I bet that's not the first time that you've had a greatest loser certificate.
You've been called a loser.
I was just like, no, I have to write something a little bit insulting, but not too bad.
Oh, you've got to. I mean, it would. I like the fact that someone will take a bit of a jab at somebody when they put a picture up, because there's no point, I'm going with myself, there's no point showering me completely with praise. You've got to drag my ego down a couple of notches.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hair, it looks amazing, but let's see your false teeth,
False teeth, sunglasses on to cover up my spaced out appearance, so I'm constantly full of medication now. So I rattle.
Oh dear. And that reminds me actually with spaced out eyes, because I had to have a diabetes eye test the other day. That was last Saturday. I've had the results back and it's all positive.
That's very good. That's very, very good.
Yeah. So diabetes is not affecting my eyes, so that's brilliant news. Or anything other than the normal stuff. So like my feet and my hands and stuff are fine as well. When you have what I've nicknamed the diabetes test, because I always get it wrong, so I just figured that's what it's called now. They have to put these eye drops in, which I don't particularly like having eye drops put into my eyes or whatever. Well, definitely not whatever, because they only go into your eyes. But
don't start drinking them.
No, but basically what they do is, so they put these in, and then 15 minutes later, you go in to have the eye test.
Yes.
But in that 15 minutes, your pupils are getting huge, basically. So it's like almost the pupils of my eyes were bigger than whatever the colour around is called. What's that called?
The iris? Is it the iris?
It's like, yeah, because that's what I was going to say, but then I wasn't sure if that was right. Yeah, so the blue colour, because my eyes are blue. Yeah, so I looked at my brother, because you can't drive when you have this done because they make your eyes really blurry. So my brother took me. And I said, oh, does it look like it's working yet? And he went, whoa, yeah, it definitely is working. So that was quite an experience last week.
He should have taken a picture of you.
I was going to.
Yeah.
When you have it done, you have to then wear sunglasses afterwards. I was quite fortunate that actually it was quite a sunny day. So I didn't feel like a complete dick walking around in sunglasses in the rain, because obviously your eyes are extremely sensitive to light once you've had those drops in and stuff. But yeah, so I was quite appreciative that it was actually quite a sunny day. I did try to take a picture of it, but when I took the glasses off, the light was just hurting. Yeah. So I couldn't actually do it, but yeah. But yeah, so got the all clear. So that's fantastic news.
That is. I mean, I find it interesting you comment about people wearing sunglasses a lot when they're out. I mean, what sort of person would do that?
No, but you wouldn't wear them on a rainy day, though, would you?
Probably not. No, not at all. I mean, I do wear sunglasses quite a lot, but I just find it easier on my eyes. But yeah, I don't know. Would I go out now when it's overcasting? Probably, yeah.
Oh, James.
Oh, yeah.
You're the ultimate rock star, you are.
I am the ultimate rock star because my hair's getting long. Parts of me, don't work properly. I'm the burnt out rock star.
Oh, all we need to do is just get you a drug addiction. Well, I suppose you've got a drug addiction with all the tablets you take as well.
Basically, I'm living the rock star lifestyle.
Yeah, just coffee instead of vodka or alcohol.
Yeah, so I've cut out alcohol, but I am now on CBD oils.
Oh, actually, are you?
Yeah, I've started taking it, actually.
Oh, is it helping?
It seems to be helping a bit, I've got to be honest. Gone for the lower strength of it at the moment, but I didn't take as much of it yesterday, and I did notice a difference. I felt a bit crappier this morning, so yeah, I think it is helping. Certainly, it seems to get rid of the aches and pains as much. So yeah, but we'll see. It's early days.
Yeah.
Again, dear Salty Tadpoles, if you actually do give a toss, if you've got any ideas or whatever.
Well, let's face it, though, we don't expect the talking Codswallop people. We don't expect the Salty Tadpoles to provide us with information. Yeah. We are providing them with information, aren't we? So, or entertainment, not really information. Because let's face it, I talked, well, not last week's episode, but the week before, I thought that a potato had to stay up your bum for 3 to 5 days.
Educational.
Yeah, exactly. And I was quite happy to hear that from Tim, our Codswallop cherry popper.
Yes.
That his wife actually thought that it had to stay up there for 3 to 5 days as well. So at least the two of us are silly together. I was going to say stupid, but I don't want to insult her. So silly together.
It's clearly a new roasting technique, so.
Yeah. Oh no.
I've ruined roast dinners for everybody now. They'll sit down looking at roast potatoes. Wonder where they came from. Earthy taste.
Yeah. Have you inserted this up your bum before presenting it on the plate? Let's hope, you would have disposed of the ones up your bum, not then refrozen them and cooked them.
See, the thing is, it's more the fact that people are stupid enough. You can imagine it. Oh, that people would do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. We don't need to talk about that anymore. In between, we've had a fantastic interview with Laura Summer as well. Did you enjoy doing that interview?
I did. It was, firstly, for me, it's one of these things that it's somebody again from my childhood. I remember watching on TV and really, well, for me, watching her as Janine on Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters cartoon, but just listening to some of the stuff she's done and some of the people she's met was just, it's mind-blowing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing when you hear that she started out by doing advertisements where, TV adverts where she was getting to work with people like Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Pavarotti. Okay, so Pavarotti was not the greatest of individuals from...
I know, I was really shocked when I heard that.
I was shocked. Well, I was and I wasn't. I never got the... I could see him being lecherous, but was not it's a horrible thing to hear, isn't it? At least he stopped doing it. But hearing that and then getting to talk to her about working on the Ghostbusters, the TV shows she's worked on, and then finding out she got to meet J.D. Salinger. And that... I
know, just randomly as well.
I mean, that was just... when she told me that, wow. Well, I think I said wow at the time, but my God, I mean, that's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it is insane. I was going to say, when you do the follow-on interview, if I can be there,
Absolutely.
I'll try and be there because I'd like to have a chat with her as well. Because what was it? Digimon is the next thing.
Yeah, Digimon's what she's been working on. There's been a resurgence on Digimon. And I don't want to say too much because that's an interview that's coming up, but there's been a resurgence on Digimon and other stuff that she's working on that's coming out in the future. So, and currently out in other countries. But yeah, I mean... such an interesting woman, such a nice woman. It's always nice to find out that the person you have, known from your youth or you've seen on the big screen or you've seen on television is actually not a complete arsehole because she's a lovely, lovely woman.
I know. She did seem so sweet. And, it seemed like she'd lived a really exciting life.
Yes.
But at the same time, she seemed really, really down to earth as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was nice. It's nice to hear. And James did some editing on that episode as well. So, James is getting into the editing side of things.
I have done a bit of editing. I'm not sure it's good editing.
I then tidied it up, but...
Yeah. But I do find it interesting to now do what I can with it. Mm-hmm. But I mainly do it just to try and make life a little bit easier for you, Gemma, because you are
Thank you.
You're the queen of doing this. But any way I can help and make it a little bit simpler, I will do my best. And, it's a learning process. So
absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't very good at the start. So, it's a learning curve. You do pick things up, and like I said, that you can always ask me questions if you get stuck on anything, because I don't know everything, but I know quite a lot. So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. But anyway, so it was a team effort editing that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So anyway, let's stop talking about previous episodes that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on to the episode that we're currently doing. So, James, have you got any Codswallop this week?
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion you and I have very similar Codswallop problems.
Oh, are we going to be sharing Codswallop this week?
I think we will.
Okay.
My Codswallop is the fact that, and it's not a real problem for me, but it's the fact that, the coronavirus is creating problems and people are getting...
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's right. No, people are getting very worked up over it and panicking with regard to it. I understand why there's panic. I get it. It is creating a problem. I'll just run this Codswallop thing. I was looking forward to the fact the new James Bond film was coming out in April. Mm-hmm. It's not going to coming out in April. It's going to be November.
Did you hear what they're doing to replace it, though? Because obviously they're saying that, with regards to the coronavirus, we don't want to put people into cinemas, that may or may not have it, because this is my Codswallop this week as well.
Yeah.
So basically what they're doing instead, having listened to the Ralph Report this week, they are putting a kids' film out. So it's just to sort of, get some money for obviously the kids' film. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it was called. They're still willing to put lots of kids in a cinema, but not James Bond fans.
Well, what's happening with the Bond thing is where people, this sounds like I'm being shitty, and I guess I am to a degree. One person they wanted to have a petition complaining about the fact that they're putting on hold. Well, the logical reason why they're putting on hold, there's the health element of it, but the other reality is that if they put it out, the market, they're not going to make the money. The big push is like 150 million would come just sort of alone from the Chinese market, so they cannot afford to release it and have it become a failure at the box office. So they're going to want to delay it. The only thing that gets me a bit is I'd love to be able to get my hands on some of the posters and things that had the April release date on.
Can I ask why?
I know there's no collectability because there's...
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say there's no real collectability because there's millions of them going to be out, but it's just a sort of like a nice little weird thing to have as a backup. Plus, from what I've heard, they're having to get rid of stuff, potentially throw it away, but it's just because it's a bit of a collectible thing, but I'm not going to make any money from it, so that's really why I'd want it. But It's more the fact that people are flapping so much is what Codswallops me. They're clearing out shops of things. And
I know, it's like hand sanitizer, paracetamol, and things, all things of those natures. It's absolutely getting on my nerves so much. It's kind of like if there was actually an apocalypse, this is almost how which people are going to survive and which people aren't. And the stupid people that are running out and getting the hand sanitizer and the paracetamol and bulking up, they're the people that are going to die.
Yeah.
And the people that are just carrying on with life are probably the ones that are going to survive.
Well, the only thing I've done that was a bit of a push, and it was a double thing. So I just bought a few staples because of food.
Oh, I thought you meant staples, as in actual staples.
No. Yeah. I only bought a few sort of basically, food staples, because I worked on the principle if I do get ill, I'm going to quarantine myself and I've got to make sure I've got food in. That was it. But you go to the shops, it's not had, from what I can see around here, it's not had a humongous impact. However, so from what I can see, things that, soap, well, there's been a bit of a dent on soap stuff. The thing that has vanished though is the hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
You cannot get hand sanitizer in the shops, but you need, these people who run out like mad people buying hand sanitizer seem to have forgot the things that you need hand sanitizer that has a very high alcohol content. It's not going to be just your normal, say, aloe vera based hand sanitizer that'll do the job. And the one I really cannot get my my head round is toilet roll.
Yeah, I know.
From what I understand, the coronavirus does not make you crap yourself to death. So, whilst I understand you would want, 2 weeks, okay, so say you've got a big family, you might need loads of it. But I am surprised by this sudden rush to buy hand sanitizer. It's, hand sanitizer is a degree. Toilet roll is lost on me.
Yeah.
But that said,
And paracetamol. I don't get the paracetamol either.
That's to bring your temperature down, and aches and pains if you've got a cold. That said, I could actually run a black market operation selling toilet roll because I buy it in bulk anyway.
So if I ever run out, you could send me some in the post then, James, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
A couple of sheets here and there.
Yeah. First lot would be free, 1 sheet for free. And then when I've got your hook need in it, that's when I put the prices up. I should start just selling it. I could be at £50 a roll.
On that note, have you actually seen people on eBay and things like that? They're actually going and they're selling hand sanitizer, just the normal small bottles.
Yeah.
Like the Carex ones or whatever. And they're actually selling them for like 100 quid or that might be a little bit extreme, but they're still selling it for 10 times the amount that they would buy in the shop, And
are people daft enough to buy it? Are people bidding? That's the question.
That is the question, and unfortunately it's sad to say that yes, people are. It's just but yes. Anyway, I've got a remedy that I've thought of that's going to help the individuals, and I've also got a separate topic which I've got a photo for as well, which I will send to you in a moment when I start talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, precautions of getting the coronavirus, okay? So, first of all, you need to wee on your hands on an hourly basis.
Okay.
This is all made up by me, because then nobody will want to touch your hands.
Yeah.
And then if you live near a field and there's animals in those fields, wipe all of the animal feces all over you, and then nobody will ever want to be around you. For city folk, us country folk are happy to ship it at a cost.
Yep. I like it.
Then nobody will come anywhere near you. You'll be absolutely fine and you'll be corona free. So, but it was also making me like really annoyed by the fact that people are going out and getting the face masks and things as well. But they don't work because unless you physically got the actual virus yourself.
Correct.
That is the only reason it's going to work. Yeah. But following picture is coming across.
What I will just say is, unfortunately, while we've been talking, I've actually gone on eBay, and you are right, people are selling them at daft prices, but people are bidding on them. There is somebody selling an advanced hand sanitizer, unopened 300ml Purell bottle, currently going at £17.
£17?
Yeah, and then they've got to spend £3 on shipping. Now, I understand on some of them, they are selling, like, bulk. So they're selling bulk stuff, which makes more sense. But yeah, people will buy it. I mean, I have hand sanitizer. I've always had it. So
yeah, I've got some too, but I haven't got it for this purpose. I'm just going to deal with coronavirus when I get it, or a loved one gets it.
Yeah, you're probably better just dipping your hands in turps or something, really.
Yeah. Well, on the note of face masks, I've just sent you a picture, which I don't know if you've seen.
I'm looking at it. I'm liking it.
So to describe this to the salty tadpoles, this was released in the Daily Mail of things that people are using instead of face masks. So the first picture is a man with a gas mask on. So that kind of makes sense compared to all of the others that are about to follow. The next gentleman, I think, going by his outfit, is wearing a Tesco's carrier bag. Now, if it gets a hole in it, I hope he gets his 10p back. The next lady is wearing a plastic box on her head, or a bucket on her head. One of the two. Her hands are all free, so her hands can still get it if she touches anything. But at least her face is covered, so that's no problem. Now, bottom left. James, do you want to describe what this one is?
Well, the bottom left, if I'm honest, looks like they've chopped some sort of water.
A water bucket.
Water cooler bottle. Chopped it, stuck it over the head.
Yep.
I think they might have put a mask of some sort over the mouth, but where it gets a bit confusing is it doesn't actually hold the entire head in.
No.
And it doesn't even look like there's a top on the bottle.
No.
There may be a mask there, but I don't know. I'm starting to think some of these are just complete piss takes. I mean, the one next to it, he looks like he's put a ramen noodle.
Yeah, it's either that or a sweetie tub, all strapped together.
He strapped it to his head.
Strapped it to his head. Yes. So clearly that's going to help. You can see by his eyes, if you zoom in, he finds this funny as well, because he's kind of clearly laughing.
Yeah.
Now, the pièce de résistance is photo number 6.
Oh, God.
I want to tell this one.
Yeah, oh, please do.
So you've got one person with a carrier bag on their head, but the most important one is the one in front who is wearing a nappy. A fucking nappy. It's like, seriously, what are these people doing with their lives?
Oh, I've seen an even weirder one where somebody had stuck a panty liner to the face.
Oh God. It's just so stupid. So although this is my Codswallop, it's kind of my Codswallop as well, because the guy that sits behind me at work is constantly giving an update of how many cases are in the UK and how many cases are in Italy and how many cases are blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, that was another thing I've done this week. I've given, for Lent, I never do Lent, but for Lent, I gave up swearing in the office.
Oh, bet that's failed.
Yeah, within half an hour of being at work on the first day, I swore twice. The only reason I swore a second time was because I went, oh, fuck, like that. And then I went, oh, shit, I just swore. But it's been really hard not to swear at the chap that works behind me, because he's been constantly like, ooh, 7 new cases. Ooh, 17% new people. I'm just like, it's just Brexit all over again. It's like the new topic that's not Brexit, it's coronavirus.
Yeah, I think the problem with the coronavirus is that people obviously do panic and they're not listening to what they're being told by, say, the government here or the government in any other countries or health places in any other countries, which is, it's going to affect you if you are elderly, if you have an underlying health condition. It is unlikely that if you are reasonably fit and healthy person, it's going to kill you. But what you've got to do also is take a bit of accountability for what you do. I think that's the big problem, that people are not sort of thinking logically about this. You've got to take a bit of accountability. If you do become ill, it's going to be like, it will be awful, because they've said it's the way it feels is horrendous. But you've just got to sort of like deal with it. But it's unlikely to kill you, as I understand it, unless you have real extreme underlying health problems. It'll be like, I guess, getting a really hard-hitting dose of the flu. Now, the flu will kill people off, but it's generally people who have underlying problems who are old or whatever. And I'm not lessening it, but I don't know. People just seem to be going bonkers over it. I know people who are smart. I'm not saying smart as in they're intelligent, but they're looking at it and going, well, you've got to live your life. You can't see yourself in a bubble.
Yeah, or a water can. Water bucket. Yeah, exactly.
Or stick a nappy over your head.
Yeah, exactly. But the other side of the coin is that I am enjoying all of the memes that have been coming out about the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And so this is a little task for our Salty Tadpoles to either on our Facebook or Twitter page, or if you've got access to the Instagram page as well, obviously feel free to use that one. But it would be quite fun to actually be sharing some of the coronavirus memes that you're seeing. So if you want to put them in the page, but I've got a couple, so I'm gonna start the ball rolling, and I'll post some in there as well. But there's some really, really funny ones that are actually coming out.
I mean, I'm waiting. You get to see it somewhere on YouTube. Someone who's doing like some sort of weird coronavirus style challenge.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
To draw a line under the current situation with the coronavirus, I found something my friends just posted, which is there are 42 more cases in the UK, which takes the total in the UK. And if you think about the size of our population, it's 206. It is going to probably get high. Well, it is going to get higher, but you've got to, in the great scheme of things, you've got to put it all into perspective. And every once in a while, we will have something that creates panic. So we've had foot and mouth, we've had swine flu. These things happen. You've just got, the worst ever flu epidemic, I think, was from 1917, and our ability to deal with health issues is far better now than it was in 1917. So my view, and if people want to say yay or nay and agree with me or whatever or disagree, is that as a planet, we're just going to have to ride it out. This is what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. It's like no amount of precautions are going to stop you from getting it if you're going to get it. So, but what I was going to say is that there's a lady in Hong Kong who is called, I'm probably going to butcher her last name, but I'm going to do my best. So her name is Kathy Makatak. And basically she's done a version of Natalie Imbruglio's Torn, but she's done it to the actual coronavirus. She has done an original song, and basically instead of Natalie Imbruglio's Torn, she's basically changed the lyrics for like the coronavirus parody, and it is it's so funny. And it ends with her touching the microphone and then quickly getting some hand sanitizer and like washing her hands with it. It's just completely crazy that she's doing it. So, but very, very funny as well. So we have spoken about the coronavirus for a very long time now, and I think we should get on to something a little bit better.
So basically, the thing we hate and we're telling people not to panic about, we've discussed in detail.
But I'd like to say that we've discussed it in pure hatred and with some hopeful comedy side of things as well. Yeah, I'm going to call this episode Don't Say the C Word.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah. So, James, did you want to get on to a story of the week? Or I think a couple of stories of the week? Or have you got anything else that you would like to have Codswallop about this week?
Not that I can particularly think of for Codswallop, no. But yeah, for a weird story of the week, let's go with one that's always good, which is household issues and plumbing.
Yes.
And that may not sound like the most exciting thing, but what it does tell me is that this world is indeed full of complete and utter dumbasses. So, a French YouTuber called Cyril Schreiner ended up blocking the entire neighbourhood sewage system.
Oh, no.
Because he decided to fill up his bath with, like, Orbeez, which are silicone balls that expand in water. Now, I kind of get what he's trying to do. I do get it. I don't understand why he thought it was YouTube worthy, but I get it. So
I think it is a big thing because I've seen a couple of people doing this, like with swimming pools and stuff like that, and doing it with their like back garden and things. So I think it is like it's almost like not a prank, but I think that's what it's referred to as in the article. But it's a lot of people are doing this type of thing. So why? I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, please continue.
Well, he obviously filled his bath and probably sink and other things full of them. Now,
and toilet, I think, as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Now, that sort of makes sense. You might want to show how many balls you can get in there and get it to fill up and all that. That I can understand. Now, you and I would hope, most, logical people, after they've done it, would go, okay, I've done the thing. It's all filled up with the balls. I've done my weird YouTube video and I'm wonderful and special and need to be patted on the head until how great I am. You would then scoop them out and get rid of them. You would not do what this Darwin Award dodger has done, which is decide to pull the plug and to probably flush the toilet. Now, yeah, he did. The idiot decided to try and also flush the toilet. So it's saying that what then happened is when he started flushing the toilet, it caused it to overfill. Well, it would do because it can't flush the thing. I mean, he literally had filled it to the absolute top.
Yeah.
What he then did is he tried to vacuum clean up the balls, because he obviously broke the toilet, and he then set the vacuum cleaner on fire.
What a pleb!
Gets better, though.
Okay.
Gets better or worse, depending on how you want to look at it. Cyril then he claims that his entire neighbourhood sewage system has become blocked, which is probably true.
Yeah.
And he received a letter from the town hall saying there's police involvement. However, this is found to be false, and basically I think it's adding to his dumbass YouTubery, because the mayor who said there's no drainage system linking all the houses in the neighbourhood. But what I would suspect is true is he probably has rather buggered up the sewage system to a degree, because, well, why would he do it? I mean, the guy's actually said that. Why would you fill the tub with them? And why would you not scoop them out, put them in buckets, and throw them away? It's common sense not to do it. I think he's probably just some idiot who thinks that it'd be a good way of getting his YouTube hit, and it's got him nothing.
Or he could actually be that special that he thinks that if he drains the water away, it will just disappear. And I think it's actually probably the latter, rather than actually trying to get views on YouTube. I think it's probably just that he actually is that special that he thought he could probably flush them away.
I don't want it to be that case, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
I want him to be like some evil genius who's actually employed by Orbeez to advertise their products. But no, it's probably just, as I said, a Darwin Awards sort of waiting to happen.
Yeah. So did you say he was, he's in France?
He is. So basically, yeah, let him stay in France and destroy their water system.
Yeah.
Some idiot somewhere, I've seen stuff on YouTube from people in this country, some idiot somewhere will be able to create damage themselves. Yeah, I don't know. Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, definitely. Well, on to the next story then. Mm-hmm. So the one that I found was, the headline reads, Woman pays...
Can I just say one thing very quickly?
Yes.
When I read the article, I got a real sinking feeling.
Oh, I can't believe I stopped reading for that.
Evil, isn't it? Right?
It really is. James, we're going to have to put a block on your puns again. I'm sorry, James.
Fantastic, yes.
No. Right, so, woman pays £35 for luxury ombre nails, but they ended up looking like dog nipples. And they do. Serena Cameron and her friend paid £35 each to get their nails done, but left the salon thoroughly disappointed by the final results of their pampering trip. So what they were after was, it was like a two-tone nail, so it's like dark at the ends, fading into the lighter at the tip. Mm-hmm. So took a photo with them, and they were like, this is exactly what we'd like. For most of us, getting our nails done is a real treat, so we expect to leave the salon looking so glamorous we could be a hand model. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, as one woman found out when she treated her sister to a manicure after being promoted. Serena Cameron, 25, and her sister spent hours scouring the internet in search of the perfect sets of nails, finally opting for a subtle nude to black ombre. They took the photo of their dream design to a salon in New York and handed over $45. Which is the equivalent of £35 in this country. The staff got to work filing, painting, moulding, and the women couldn't wait to see the final result. So, yes, they've actually got a picture of them doing that as well, James. Serena said, I showed them the picture of the design on my phone and they said it wouldn't be a problem, and mentioned they would charge extra for the design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can understand that if it's a specific design,
Yeah, and it's extra work, and, you know, I think that's fair enough. It was only after the nail technician spent an hour stippling, I think the word is, on the nail varnish in an ombre design that the girls noticed how harsh the transition between the pink and the black was. Sorry, I can see a picture of this. In the hope that the colours would eventually blend together with time, they waited, but the colours didn't budge. Trying to see the good in the bad situation, Serena decided that despite the jagged transition, the pink shade was actually really cute. Aww, it's really cute. It's like, so cute. It's not a New York accent, but it's an American one. But her sister thought otherwise, comparing them to a flamingo beak with pink feathers. Not exactly what you want to hear. Serena put the shabby job down to it nearly being closing time, leaving the nail technician to rush the design. And wow, I mean, she booked the appointment though. They could have said no.
True.
Yeah. And even though she was disappointed with her new set of nails, she said, I wasn't going to tell them that I didn't like the design because I'm a kind-hearted person. So she went to the newspaper instead.
Sort of. I just thought that.
Yeah. She publicly shamed them instead.
Yeah. What a lovely woman. Yeah.
I know. Serena, she's so amazing. She's not spelled her name right. She spelled it Serina.
Yeah, don't tell Frank.
No, definitely. And if my friend Serena with an ENA with the correct spelling is listening to this episode, shame on her. Shame on her for spelling it wrong. After posting her nail file to Facebook, it went viral with thousands of people commenting on it. So exactly the attention she was deserving. She was requiring. She said, someone said they looked like dog nipples. Others said they looked like like old and worm nails. And other people said, why I actually would pay for that, I don't know. I get where they were coming from. If I saw someone posting that, I would ask them, why did they pay for it? Serena and her sister have planned to get their nails repainted elsewhere in the hopes that they do a better job. The end.
Well, it's just nails. Yeah, it is just nails. Let's put it into perspective.
They do look like dog nipples, in my opinion.
See, to be honest, New Yorkers, they should just be, if it was when they complained to me, I'd be like, forget about it.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I mean, okay, I acknowledge the leaving. These girls are not happy with the nails. They will probably feel rough, but
Oh, James, stop with the puns now.
got to get it out of my system. It's, it's cool that we're seeing these stories, but seriously? Nails? I mean, you've got the guy who basically is just, at least with her, there seems to be a bit of intelligence to it, but you've got to laugh when she's saying, I'm a nice person, I didn't want to complain, but I'll go to the press.
Yeah, exactly. Or, on social media, where I'm sure she probably tagged the people into there, to actually promote them, so to speak, inverted commas. But it wasn't promoting them, it was shaming them. And I don't know that she did do that, but, I imagine, we got our nails done here. Look at our picture, kind of thing. And, for thousands of people to have seen it. I reckon what they did was they claimed that they did it, but actually they went and they did it themselves. They're just trying to get a bit of free press and a free manicure done.
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah, a bit like fake tannery week before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon she was trying to get some free fake tan stuff.
Yeah.
These girls are trying to get free nail polish done. And the moral of the story is complain, people. Because otherwise people cannot do anything about it if you don't complain. But there is a way of complaining, and complain nicely. Because when you're in customer service, if you shout at someone, they just turn off. They don't listen.
Yeah. You don't want some pissed off New Yorker, do you?
No.
You want, you don't want to go around and see, you want your nails? I'll do your nails.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, you do have to be a bit more careful in New York. But talking about New York, actually, just to sort of round up the episode.
Yep.
I feel it's coming to a natural end anyway, but, who knows with this podcast? It could go on for another half hour. My niece is going to New York next week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's going with her boyfriend.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's 19, so she won't be able to drink over there. It was really sweet, actually. She doesn't listen to this podcast, so I'll just tell the story, but, maybe in the future she'll listen and she'll laugh. But she's very sweet, but she's also a little bit dumb at times. A bit like her auntie. Must be a hereditary thing. But yeah, so I said, oh, well, that's all right. You just get drunk on the plane, just drink plenty on the plane, because she's a bit nervous about flying because it's her first trip out, trip on a plane. And she goes, well, I'm going to New York though. Will I be able to drink? And I was like, yeah, of course you can.
Yes.
You can drink up in the sky. It's okay.
I mean, naive, I think is probably the word you're looking for. Naive.
Yeah. But no, I mean, to be fair, like, if you don't know, you don't know. So,
No,
we only
that's
I only laughed at her a little bit. I said, no, on the plane, it'll be absolutely fine. You can drink, And I said, the bonus part is that you get drunk quicker as well, because
That's true.
be up in the sky and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, she's really looking forward to this trip, and she's going out there for her birthday. So it's this weekend, or yesterday was my niece Hannah's 21st birthday, and I can't believe that I got a 21-year-old niece. I don't feel old enough to have a 21-year-old niece. And then Jessica's birthday is going to be the following weekend. So happy birthdays to both of them.
Absolutely. Well, I hope all goes well and she has a wonderful time. New York is a very nice place to go.
Amazing.
I've only ever been once and I can't remember it very well, but yeah.
You were at school, weren't you, when you went?
Yeah. So it's quite a long time ago, and I wasn't there for a very long period of time.
No. But yeah, I'm gonna be giving her some tips, because we're all going out for a birthday meal for Hannah's birthday. So yeah, and also I will have a report for next episode that we record of what happens in a rave, because I'm actually going to be going to a rave that evening for the first time ever, and I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to it or not yet, to be honest, but I am looking forward to going, and it's in like a nightclub, so it's not like a
warehouse.
Yeah, it's not like a warehouse type thing, but it's definitely going to be a new experience, but whether the music is going to go down right with me, I'm not sure, but I'm trying new things. So
Absolutely. It sounds interesting. Sounds good fun.
Yeah, well, so I will have some stories to tell for that, and I'm sure.
I'm really looking forward to hearing them, actually.
We'll see what happens. But like I said, my niece is going to New York with her boyfriend of 2 years, so I'm almost kind of wondering if there might be like a little question that's popped, but I don't know if it's like maybe too soon for the two of them. They're both very young still, but it's quite a romantic holiday, so it's like kind of one of those places that you would do that kind of thing, isn't it? So
time will tell. But
her boyfriend is a lovely guy, so yeah, she would be over the moon, I think. So, but who knows? So there you go. That might be another update for next week. My niece might be getting married before I am. So there we are. But at least, you
can't see me. I'm doing that sort of like, shrug. Yeah.
Would you never want to get married, James?
Pass. Don't know. Yeah, well, I'll answer. I will consider marriage if she's very, 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 very wealthy.
James! That is a terrible response.
Or is it an ingenious response, eh?
No, it's a terrible response. I'm sorry. I stand by my point. It's terrible. And it would be terrible if it'd be terrible if it was the other way around as well, if the female was marrying a man just for his money as well.
I like that. Bit of equality, that's good stuff. I like it.
Well, that seems like a really good way to end this episode. Yeah. What do you think?
I would agree, yes. Any prospective women out there who are very, 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 very wealthy and want to get married, I'm your man.
James is going to be single for the rest of his life, folks.
Probably.
Yeah. What if she was really, 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 really wealthy, but incredibly fat, and I'm talking like massively obese?
My £600 life fat, yeah.
Yeah, with balding hair and no teeth, and had a wonky eye.
I'm sure I could, I could handle it, The money will keep me warm at night, separate beds, separate rooms, separate beds, separate wings of the house. I'll surround myself by the money, it's all good,
You'll light a cigar with a £50 note.
I can be a trophy husband, it's all good,
There goes James Stafford. Going off for a walk with his gun over his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whispers amongst the staff, he's only with her for the money. And then thumbs up, you're damn right I am.
Yeah, I can actually visualise that now. You with a shotgun, like hanging over your arm sort of thing.
Yep.
Many dogs around you.
Yep.
Yeah, walking towards a field with, I don't know. Hopefully you wouldn't be killing animals. You would be just shooting plates I think that would be the better option. Just shoot plates.
So walking around dressed very much like a man of the manor.
Yep.
So basically, what I do normally then.
Pretty much, yeah. Surrounded by dogs and shooting plates.
Yep.
Because no harm to animals should ever happen.
No, just crockery.
Yeah, just crockery, because you can replace that easily. On that note, James, I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have, as always, been James.
Toffee James.
Yeah. Toff.
And that's it for another week. I hope you've enjoyed. Bye.
Bye-bye.